Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Kind Transformations Worldwide, video number 3. I'm your host, Kyle Kind. Thanks for tuning in today, much appreciated. And yeah, pretty excited about today. Going to give you some tools to just help make life a little bit easier, regain some of that power that we give up to our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and just by becoming more aware about everything that we're doing. So do me a favor, and well, you want to stay tuned to the end of this video so you hear everything that I got to say and all the tips and tricks that I am going to give you today. Please do me a favor and let me know where you're tuning in from, or if you have any questions about how awareness can change your life, or if you're already on the road to becoming more self-aware. Just let me know how it's helped you, or just any challenges that you might be facing that maybe I can help with. So yeah, just give me that thumbs up, give me that like, subscribe to keep receiving more of this content. I'll keep creating it for you guys, and yeah, be sure to share this with anyone that might need some help, and just becoming a little bit stronger mentally, emotionally. Anybody who might be struggling with depression, stress, anxiety, addiction, self-doubt, limiting beliefs, fear, jealousy, judgment, any of the negative emotions that we tend to stay in, or the feelings that we tend to stay in. I mean, these are the things over the last 8 months that I have learned and have been applying to my daily life. And I can honestly say that in the last 7 months, I've had a pretty big transformation, which is why I went with Kind Transformations Worldwide, because I am committing myself to making this content to help you transform your life. I can't do it for you. You have to do it. You have to want it, just like I did for myself. But it's attainable. If I can do it, you can do it. I am someone that really didn't think very highly of themselves, didn't think that I was somebody that was going to amount to anything. And this all comes from programming that was instilled in me when I was a kid. Some of the things that I've learned at 3 to 7 years old, that is when we are our most impressionable or our most programmable. So if people are telling you that, you're scared of snakes, or that you're scared of heights, well, if you believe it, then yeah, it's going to be true. And I mean, at 3 to 7 years old, the people that are telling you these things are, your peer, your parents, your grandparents, family members, things that you watch on TV. For me, that was, back in the day. Now it's what everything is on social media, and half of the stuff that we are watching or consuming is stuff that puts fear into us. Oh, if you don't have this product, you're not going to look like this supermodel, or if you don't have this health product, then you're not going to have the six-pack abs like this guy over here. Well, are those people happy? I don't know. But there are things that we can do. You don't have to have six-pack abs to be happy. I don't. I'm gonna have them though, because I want them. I have back issues, and I have neglected to take care of my body, which creates a lot of pain and suffering-like symptoms for me, and that can be tough. So I'm aware that this is going on, and that I need multiple surgeries in my back that are too risky to do because of the chance of me being paralyzed. So what are my options? Well, I can sit here and play a victim and have a pity party for myself and, oh, my life is over. Or I take control of it. I'm aware of the pain. I'm aware of the things that I need to do. So it's time to start looking after my body. I've been working on my mind. I've been working on my soul. The body's next. It's a full package deal here, people. So, you have to make a commitment to yourself. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Tired of drinking and running away from my problems, running away from my fears, my doubts, my anxieties, the stresses, relationship issues, family issues, just running and running and running and masking everything with drugs, alcohol, tobacco, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate and are probably doing right now, you know. And like I said, nobody's going to be able to do this for you, but hopefully by watching this video and hearing that, you know, over 5 years ago, I was drinking heavily and doing things that I shouldn't be doing as a 42-year-old man or 41-year-old man. And, you know, I'm 49 now. And yeah, it's, wait, that's wrong math. So 44. But regardless, it's doable. The work has been done. I took time to learn about myself, and I think the most important thing that I did learn about was how my brain works. And this is very, very, very important for anyone that has gone through pain, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, you know, loss, again, suffering from stress, depression, anxiety, fear, self-doubt, any limiting beliefs, and any addictions. Our brains create chemicals based on situations. So every time I would go and have a drink, I was chasing and running from, sorry, I wasn't chasing, I was running from all of the things that had happened in my past. And I wasn't dealing with my thoughts, and I wasn't dealing with my emotions. And then it's because I didn't know where and why they were happening, where they were coming from. But they were all actually coming from my subconscious mind. 95% of what you learn, or what we learn as people in these human body experiences, is that 95% of what we learn is by watching. So if you watched your parents argue all the time while you were growing up, you've probably noticed that you tend to argue in front of your kids, or just like your parents did. Or if your dad drank all the time growing up and now you drink all the time, well, it's good chance because you watched and thought it was normal behavior. Are there chances that there could be addiction in the family genes? Yes, there is. But, you know, I strongly believe that this thing here is trying to work against us, and you have to take that control within yourself and take the power over your brain. Start doing some work and learning about how your brain works, how it creates chemicals based on stressful situations, in which case then we'll create a behavior pattern as far as you drinking, emotional eating, you know, running away from the problems. If you just deal with things head on, life will become a lot easier. And I think the more that we can understand anything, it's, you know, again, understanding your brain is going to give you a little bit of clarity on why you feel the way you do, why you might be acting so emotional. And then you may be able to take a step back and go, oh, hold on a second. This isn't me acting. This is something that somebody else, or programming from teachers, or the TV, again, commercials, ads, anything that you hear these days. It's all programming to get you to buy something, to get you to consume something. The only thing we should be consuming is reading books to educate ourselves, making sure that we're eating the right foods, because I am a strong believer that the food that we put in our body has a direct correlation and result in how we feel throughout the day. And I've been experimenting with this, and right now I have a I'm having a tough time with sugar. Sugar is becoming a weakness to me. I've been dealing with some stress and some things that have been rather difficult. However, I know that they're not happening to me, and they're happening for me. And so I'm learning and I'm becoming stronger. And, I choose not to look at any of this stuff going, oh, this shouldn't be happening to me, like poor me, victimizing myself again. No. Whatever it is, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get through it, because just like anything else in my life, I've gotten through everything up until this point. May have not gotten the outcomes that I was looking for in certain situations, but I'm accountable for my actions. I try to be a man of my word, a man of honor, a man of integrity. I want to give back to people. That's why I created this channel, because I want to help each and every one of you become as strong as I'm feeling right now. I'm so much happier, and I am had so much peace with everything that's happened in my life. I was able to forgive myself for my behavior. I was able to forgive my family or my parents for the things that happened for me growing up. Again, I can look at it and go, oh, my parents divorced, poor me, which I kind of did, and I went down this self-destructive path, but that was the path I needed to go in order to get me here today, so that I could have gone through, learned all of those experiences, become stronger. And now again, I am here sharing those experiences with you just to try and help. If I can help one of you today, then I've reached my goal, and I can move on and be happy. But yeah, I see too many of us that are struggling out there on a daily basis. And, this includes people within my household. And it's hard to watch when you know that there's only so much you can do, because the only person that's responsible for your happiness is you. And you can't go around and expecting people to make you happy or pick you up when you're down. That's on you. And again, if you're down, why are you there? What's happened? And what are you letting affect you? Are you looking at it from the right perspective? If you can shift your perspective to the same way that I have, and again, looking at things as happening to you, you're meant to have that experience. Because what's going to happen is, once you learn from it and you accept it and you know that it's happened for you, then it's this or something better, and you will move on and something better will happen for you. There's like a karmic contract in the universe, and I'm a firm believer that you kind of get what you give. And if you are a good person and you go out and you do the right things and you're kind to people, you're giving, it's not to say that you can't take too, but giving and taking, equal balance, that's going to keep you balanced with the universe. And and probably bring you some good things, as long as you're, operating under the same principles of, leading with love. Don't be fearful of anything, because again, those fears probably aren't yours. They've been instilled on you by somebody else. So it's time to start figuring out who you are as a person, letting go of all of those feelings and those thoughts that have been controlling you and making you react to situations instead of thinking about what's happened and responding. There's a huge difference between reacting and responding. If you react, it's literally what's happening. You hear something and you just snap with the first things that come out of your mouth. It's like an impulse. You can't stop yourself. Well, people who are impulsive wind up doing and saying things that they don't mean, and your words and your actions are very powerful. And that's what speaks for you. So if you can't control your impulses, then you need to find a way to get some help with that, because it's going to make life difficult for you, and you're still going to have these thoughts of, why are these things happening to me? But if we control our actions, you control the scenario. You don't give these things the power. Slow things down. Don't be moving so fast. You know, it's easy to get caught up in the day, but we have to stay present. Don't be thinking too far into the past, because that's going to create like stress, and because you're reliving those old moments that, you know, are bringing up old thoughts, old feelings. Why go back there? Deal with it. Forgive, forget, move on. Well, I shouldn't say forget, sorry, but you know, the longer you stay in those negative headspaces, it doesn't bring anything good for you, and you know that. And I know it's hard. I've been there. I've stayed in bed for days on end because of my depression. But in the last month, with everything that I've learned, and that I'm starting to put everything together, you know, mind, body, and soul, they're not wrong, and it's 100% truth. I've started meditating, and it has allowed me to find some peace in my day, bring some calm and stillness to me. You know, I'm grounding right now. I got my feet on the grass, just sitting here while I record this video, just being rooted and connecting with nature and being out here in the sun. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful. Just doing the things, you know. I got up and I did some exercise this morning just to get my body moving, some squats, some burpees, some push-ups, some lunges, you know, just body movement. Did a little bit of weights. And you know, I'm doing 2 walks today already. Took the dog for a walk, and this is walk number 2, so we'll probably get 1 more in for the end of the day. But all these things are important, and you know, yeah, you gotta work and you gotta make money, but if you can find a way to find something that you are passionate about, instead of going to work and doing the grind every day, because that's what wore me down. I kicked ass at my job for 7 years. I busted my butt, worked harder than probably most people within the company in the sales position. And I did really well. I did very, very well for myself and my family. But what did it bring me? It brought me stress. It brought me anxiety. It brought me depression, all because it was never enough. I could never make enough money to, you know, get us ahead. There's always something that came up, more bills to pay. And, you know, after having my best financial year last year, but the effort that I had to put forth to make that money just didn't make sense. And it stopped making sense a long time ago. And again, I started to realize that I have a lot more worth. I have a lot more value. I became aware of my self-worth and my value. And I was being taken advantage of, or I felt like I was being taken advantage of from the company that I worked for. Now, all of those years that I endured and that I felt that I was undone by, or, you know, like people were not listening to my request. I wasn't getting the raises that I was asking for because I was too well paid already. Well, when you're doing other people's work and all of this stuff, and yeah, you're not getting compensated for what you think, what should you do? Do you keep working for these people, and do you keep putting your own personal health at risk? Like, I had to take a leave of absence because I was so depressed that I was gonna end my life. And that's only 9 months ago, and I had already been sober and kind of gotten myself into a decent place. But you know, when you feel like you're mistreated and just not being looked after, and that nobody cares about you, and you've brought it up and voiced yourself, it's time to go. It was time to go for me. And I, you know, during my leave of absence, I had to make a hard decision because there was going to be no more money coming in after that. But I had to leave. I had to quit my job because nothing was going to change. So here I am. I'm still out of work, but I feel like I have found a purpose and a calling, and that is to help humanity, help my fellow man, give back by, you know, sharing my experiences in life, the things I've been through, the things I've overcome, the things that I'm working through, and just show you guys that by doing the work, you can gain some peace, you can gain some happiness, because that's in my control, and I'm doing the things now that make me happy. I'm starting to figure out who I am as a person, because I was masking everything behind drugs and alcohol for so long that I had no identity. Now I'm like, wait a second, because we all ask ourselves, what are we doing here? I'm here to help you. That's why I am here. And so that's, like I said in the beginning, I've committed myself to making content to share with you, and you know, just to help. I just want to give back. I want the world, I want the energy of the world to increase. It's at a very, very low state right now, and we need to get each and every one of you to become as strong as I am. I've only scratched the surface of my strength right now, and but I'm still working on it, and that's why, you know, I'm doing the next part, and that's working on the body. I've got my weight down by managing my diet and the food that I'm putting in my mouth, again being aware of those things, and putting the exercise into place now, and between the meditating, the grounding, the breath work, you know, the exercise, the getting out in nature, the fresh air, all of these things are helping. Now, before I sign off here, I do want to remind you guys that I am not a doctor. I don't have any sort of background in counseling, as a psychologist, therapy, anything like that. I only have my life experiences, but those things are very, very powerful. And again, there's something that we all go through the same. So I have a hard time relating to people who have gone to school but probably haven't come out the other side of depression, drug abuse, alcohol, smoking, any of those things. And like, yeah, they can probably help you shift perspective, and I definitely agree that they are there for a reason and a purpose that some of us need to, and I can probably benefit from still talking to somebody, because again, it will be a different perspective, but it is hard to relate. So that's why I wanted to make the channel here, is so that, yeah, just to give you guys a different way of looking at things, letting you know that there is somebody else out there who cares about you and that wants you to excel and succeed in life, and overcome your thoughts, your fears, your negative feelings, your self-doubt, any limiting beliefs. We can overcome anything that we set our mind to. It's truth. I mean, shit, guys, I've done it, you know. There's still a lot more work to do, but because I've started, I don't want to stop. And I've seen the benefits and the good, and I know that once you start getting a taste of this stuff, you're gonna want to continue on. And yeah, so that's why I'm here for you guys. So I'm gonna put again a link in the description for my email. I'm here again, like I said, to help you guys. So if anybody has any questions, is having a hard time, and you know, needs somebody to talk to, and you're, you know, unsure about talking to a therapist or a counselor, well, maybe I can help, you know, open your eyes, shift your perspective. But I do again want to remind you guys that if you're suffering from any sort of mental illness, addictions, don't just stop and quit. Go talk to your doctor. You know, any of your health concerns, your doctors are definitely there for a reason. I'm just here as a voice and an ear. So you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. Again, please leave me a comment. Let me know if you're relating to the content. If there's anything that you'd like me to work on for the next video, or anything that you'd like me to speak on for the next video, yeah, leave that in the comment section. Hit that thumbs up for me. Share this, and please subscribe. Have a wonderful day. All stay blessed. Much love. Peace.